Welcome. We are going to be pulling from this deck today. Let's go ahead and get the first message. The very first card says beautiful new beginnings. Beautiful new beginnings. This message feels like a long-awaited breath of fresh air for someone. There is a new chapter rushing in to greet you. So possibly you are going through experiencing a timeline jump or shift of some sort. I see a lot of new in virtually all areas of your life. And this is bringing you new opportunities in career, friend groups, and romantic connections. For some, possibly even you are moving to a new city or have recently moved. It's like there has been so much growth internally and a shift in your energy that your external reality in the 3D had to catch up to meet you. And for someone, there has even been a time lag effect where you may have felt stuck in a certain timeline that no longer served you and no longer resonated with your being, your purpose, and yet you held out hope for this vision of what you are creating now. And finally, you are seeing this externally, which is something beautiful. There are possibly things that you have been manifesting for a long time now, and this is the season that you are going to start seeing this manifest. And it's like you had to not only be at a certain vibration and frequency to see this other vision of how your life could be, but you also had to hold this vision steady long enough for it to form. Like if you had just fleetingly thought of this life you wanted to attract and then went back to your daily life and forgotten about it, then you may have gone back to being an energetic match with your old patterns and way of life that didn't resonate. So although the period of waiting is something that no longer felt right for you, I am getting from my spiritual team that it was absolutely necessary in order for you to continue holding on to that vibration and that vision that would attract what you are getting now, or you may be just on the cusp of getting. And that period felt almost, I'm getting so painful because there was a disparity between what you were experiencing and feeling and knowing that there was much better for you. And although it caused a sort of cognitive dissonance for a period, it was part of the crucial process to get you to these beautiful new beginnings. All right, let's get another message. No need to speak. Okay. No need to speak. Especially as you are going to be starting this new chapter. I see this blank book full of blank pages, but it's like you don't need to rush to fill it. You don't need to rush to write your story or explain it to anyone, or to explain to anyone why you felt that this was necessary for your expansion and growth, as long as you know why, and I'm getting you do. You do not need to open your mouth to defend anything about you or your decisions in this season. In fact, your energy and your actions will speak for you in time. For those who are going to be brought into your life as part of this new chapter, or are being introduced to you for the first time, they are going to view you completely differently than the people in your past. Because your energy, when you first meet them, is going to speak for you. And in this newly high vibrational version of you, and that is the perspective that they will have and view you from as long as you continue to do the work you have been doing going forward. Meanwhile, the people from the environments that no longer resonate with you may not have the luxury of viewing you from this perspective. It's like there is only one first impression, and although your energy may have changed and you may have changed, the people around you who have become comfortable with you may still view you from a vibration that you were upon first meeting them, which may no longer resonate with who you have grown to be today. But if you are wondering why you are getting so many new beginnings in all areas and connections, this is also why. Because this is a new opportunity for you to introduce this version of yourself to the world. And sometimes that new version can be introduced to those who have been in your life. And sometimes those who have been in your life just refuse to see you as anything other than the person who resonated with them. Let's go ahead and pull another message for you. Timeline jump. That is confirmation. You are going through a lot of beautiful new changes. And this is the confirmation that there is a timeline jump, and this refers to a metaphysical or theoretical concept where an individual or the collective consciousness shifts to a different path or reality within the space-time continuum. It suggests a sudden transition or leap between different potential outcomes or dimensions, often associated with changes in personal experiences or perceptions. And I'm picking up on, for a small group of you, this is something you have done multiple times in your life because you have chosen a path that is continually forcing you to be in new environments, around new people, which gives you the opportunity to influence others, but also grow. And you chose to choose the path that would give you the most opportunity for growth in this lifetime. Wow, so let's go ahead and get another message. We are still us. Okay, so a lot of the messages in the beginning were regarding all these new beautiful changes that are going on in your reality or are coming to your reality very soon in the near future. Now, this card is referring to possibly a past romantic soul connection, so possibly a soulmate or a twin flame. And a past romantic soul connection is possibly sensing these changes and this shift within you, but they are tracking it heavily and still feel very connected to you, regardless of what timeline you choose to be on. It's like we're still going to be us, regardless of where you go or what timeline jump you go through. So this connection may follow you into your next chapter as long as this person has a willingness to grow and be an energetic match to this new timeline. Because a timeline jump is not something that can be easily done. In fact, many choose not to do a timeline jump, while others, like I said, choose to do multiple timeline jumps just because they crave that growth and their soul craves that growth. Now, it is not done overnight or on a whim or without much thought and energetic work going into a timeline jump. But you have put in the work and the time to make this shift. And if this person wants to follow you, they are going to have to do this work as well. This connection may resonate, like I said, as a soulmate or even as a twin flame connection. Please only take what resonates specifically with your connection, just because I see this cord connecting two souls and there is a mirroring that's happening. It's as if your spiritual growth has triggered and challenged this person to do their own so they can meet you where you're at. And that is essentially what the twin flame dynamic does, which acts as a catalyst for growth. And if this is the case, I'm sure you will know that this is regarding your connection. Let's go ahead and pull another message. I'm obsessed. Okay. It's interesting energy that I am picking up from this message because on the one hand, I am seeing that someone is feeling obsessive regarding your energy, whether you know it or not. Those who are feeling your energy at this time are immensely attracted to this new energy that you have. And your energy is vibrating at such a high level that it is like a beacon of light for those around you. It acts like a flame that moths are attracted to. So you are bringing this warmth and light into every interaction that you are in without even realizing this or doing so intentionally. So on this note, I am getting from your spiritual team that you are protected, but you need to be cognizant of who you are allowing to stay within your energy. Because although you are challenging others to raise their vibration, there may also be potential energetic vampires, and not everyone you encounter will have this kind of energy. But for those of you who are not familiar with this term, an energetic vampire is someone who unintentionally drains the energy from others, often leaving them feeling exhausted or depleted after spending time together. So you may recognize this by, after spending time with a certain person, just feeling exhausted after. They might dominate conversations or constantly seek attention and thrive on drama. You may recognize this by coming into an interaction or a room very happy and positive, and by the end of an interaction, your energy may have changed, and you may even have thoughts like, I shouldn't be this tired, or feel badly that you can't keep up this high level of energy that you had going in. But that is because it's being like siphoned from you. Now, it's normal for us to get tired from time to time, but if you are experiencing this, you will be able to recognize this by the consistency with interacting with specific people, that it just always leaves you feeling so emotionally tired. It's like being around them leaves you feeling like you've run a marathon without even moving. Now, while all of this is going on in your external reality, I feel that internally, you are the one being obsessed with the life that you are manifesting. And this also explains why you are getting all of these new beginnings. So when I say the word obsessed or obsessive, in this case scenario, it is not meant to have a negative connotation. This is actually a positive thing. You have done the work to raise your vibration, and most importantly, to hold this level that you are currently at. And this is what has allowed you to manifest so many new beginnings. And you are literally shaping your reality this way by maintaining and holding these thoughts of your desires, like I said, almost obsessively. The time you've spent daydreaming, I want to say, and visualizing has not been time wasted. That's actually part of why you are going into a new chapter and a new season of your life. Let's go ahead and pull one last card. Let's get one last message for you. Rain before rainbows. This card speaks to a season or like a rainy season. This may be a season that you are currently shifting out of, or you are just on the other side of. But if you have been resonating with this reading so far, you have been chosen to go through a certain set of circumstances and seasons because you were like a traveler visiting these other seasons with different people, situations, and environments that you were meant to learn from, but not to stay in. This is why you may have felt so uncomfortable in these places at a certain point, even though you felt so drawn to these places initially. Because once you learned what you needed to, it was important that you did not get too comfortable and stay in these places, because you had other places to visit and other people who needed your energy, who needed to learn specific lessons from you specifically, and you from them. This is why, although you may have felt like you have been the problem because you could never get comfortable or get settled, being settled may be a better word that I'm getting, but you were never settled because you were not meant to settle there and stay stagnant in this lifetime. That was not your assignment here, love. You were meant to move through this life, to collect knowledge and wisdom and to assist others by teaching them. But once you have done what you needed to do in one environment, you may feel pushed into another. And there is nothing wrong with this or in choosing this for your life. While others may not be called to do this, this is your life where your purpose differs from others, and that is a blessing. Your spiritual team wants you to understand that the vision you are holding for your life and this season of your life in particular is in direct alignment with your assignment on this earth. So if this resonates, take this as confirmation that you are on the right path. Even if you may have moments of doubt, stay true to your vision because it is for a greater purpose. I am going to end the reading here, but I want to thank you for bringing your beautiful energy to this reading, and I trust that these messages will find exactly the right souls that they are meant to at exactly the right time for you. And I am sending you lots of peace, pure white light, and unconditional love.